Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. So what we're looking at right now is a very, very special heavy tank destroyer that the Germans made. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the DICKER Max, or bear with me for a second, the 10.5 centimeter K gepanzerte Selbstfahrlefette. Selbstfahrlefette. Yeah, terrible pronunciation, I know. Hey, guess what? Surprise. I'm not German. Anyway, so this is the DICKER Max, also known as the Bunker Buster. The Skartenbrecher, I believe, is how you'd pronounce Bunker Buster in German. It was intended to go against the French Maginot Line, which was a pretty impressive defensive line that the French were like, oh, you know what, we don't really want to deal with the Germans again. We're going to build this thing, and then we're going to leave a giant gap in this forest, and the Germans are going to break through, and then they're going to blitzkrieg us. But you know what? That is a story for another day. Let's talk about this bad boy. So it had a 105mm main gun. Now, these bad boys were produced in 1941, so imagine the size of this gun in 1941. Right? Like it's pretty early war stuff for something that powerful. So DICKER Max also means thick or fat max. So that's a fun little thing about the nickname. It was based off a Panzer IV-E chassis, and then the turret and everything was just taken off, and then that giant gun was added. Now, as far as armor, you've only really got between 10mm and 50mm. 50mm at the max. However, the 50mm is in the front, so, you know, I guess it's another German glass cannon, right, with regards to that. But I think one of the key things about this thing is the main gun was intended to engage enemy armored vehicles, right? However, it could only traverse 8 degrees to the left and 8 degrees to the right. However, it did have pretty good gun depression. 15 degrees of gun depression. That is fantastic gun depression, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good. So this thing could stick nicely on top of a hill and aim down and hopefully like not have to expose itself too much. And then the gun elevation itself is 10 degrees. So Mr. Fat Max here, or Mad Max, DICKER Max, is pretty impressive. A speed of only 17 miles per hour, 27 kilometers per hour. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays within War Thunder. You know, what tier, what battle rating it's going to be, because it is going to have a very, very impressive 105mm main gun. The Schwerkanon 18. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So this thing was, this was a field gun that they decided to put on top of it. So it's kind of like, this is definitely a tank destroyer, right? But with this and the Nashorn being put in, look at that, guys. I finally got the pronunciation right. We adapted. Yeah, but with the DICKER Max and the Nashorn put in, they're both tank destroyers. The Nashorn has an 88. DICKER Max has a 105mm. It makes you wonder if we're going to be kind of moving towards SPGs. And I think that there's many lessons to be learned from how World of Tanks implemented them, but you got to keep in mind that World of Tanks is designed at the end game to be a competitive game. It's an esports video game, truly. An esports and competitive game, whereby everything is pretty neatly balanced and everything like that, whereas War Thunder chose to go in a more historical accuracy line of development as opposed to perfect balance or near perfect balance, right? And we're experiencing the growing pains of them trying to do what they can with battle ratings to balance the vehicles, because right now we have a historically accurate game that's supposed to be competitive, right? It's very interesting, and I'll have to make a video series on where I think the game could and should go, but that's for another day. But right now, the DICKER Max, I'm gonna try to do it once more. The gepanzerte Selbstfahrlefette 10.5 centimeter gun on armored self-propelled mount, right? Designed to go against the French Maginot Line, originally anyway, developed in and it was operational and in service in 1941. Only 2 of these were built, so you'll have to keep that in mind. Relatively slow. It'll be a glass cannon. It's not casemate. It's open on the top, so it can be, you know, hit as far as that's concerned by enemy aircraft. And it should be a fun addition, right? But there are some armored components on the top to lightly protect it from enemy strafing aircraft and the like, but the whole back is pretty much open, as you can see in these pictures. So anyway, or it's also known as the Studer Emil. So Dicker Max, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? And then let's just get back to the SPG discussion. I think, like, we've already got indirect artillery in the game. It'd be kind of cool if, you know, in a prolonged battle, you know, persistent battle, something like that, that someone could call in artillery and you yourself would have to fire on the coordinates that they gave you, and saw, you know, whether or not you get the kill or not, or, you know, whether you could hit kind of AI formations of infantry, enemy vehicles, ammo dumps, bases, stuff like that. There could be some interesting AI targets for SPGs to work for. And it would be really cool to see a scenario where we actually got to see the Dicker Max maybe go up against the Maginot Line, or a KV-2 used how it was originally designed to be a bunker buster. Anyway, that's how a lot of these derp guns go. Anyway, we're going to keep this video a little short, just kind of show off some pictures and kind of really get the discussion going once again to continue it on SPG. So let me know your thoughts below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.